Effective time management. Time management requires the ability to set and prioritize goals, taking into account personal skills as well as weaknesses, personal interests, motivation, particular circumstances and demands of an activity, among other aspects. What do you need to take into account to manage your time? As a first point, it is important to be clear about the goals and objectives you want to achieve, on a personal level, in relation to the studies you are carrying out. Why did you choose this career? What would you like to work on when you're done? What do you like most about running? What do you struggle with the most? What do you imagine doing in 5 years, 10 years, in 20 years? What do you need to do now to put yourself on track to achieve these goals? Objectives. What are your goals for this school year? How does the student currently spend his time? Initially, the tutor can ask the student some questions that lead him to reflect on your time management. How do you organize your time to study? Do you keep a diary where you record pending activities to be carried out? How to register them? How do you decide which activity to do first? What types of activities or tasks are most difficult for you? Which ones are easier for you? Trajectory. What do you do to accomplish the tasks that are most difficult for you? Does it often happen to you that you have to do them at the last minute? How do you feel when you work best under pressure or when you have all the time? What do you do to meet the deadlines that teachers ask of you? You will need to record your daily activities for at least a week. It is suggested that the student create a format that allows him or her to record what he or she does during the day at least every half hour or every hour. Once this is done, it will be important to help the student reflect on how he currently uses his time so that he can identify if there are situations that are wasting his time. It is important to ask yourself, what do you think about the way you currently manage your time? Do you think this helps you achieve your academic goals? Do you feel like you are wasting your time? Do you waste other people's time? Are you in control of your time? Do you spend a lot of time on certain tasks or activities? Do you think you are setting your priorities right? Do you spend enough time on what is important to you or what is important related to achieving your goals? At what times of the day do you find it easiest to concentrate? At what times of the day do you feel most distracted or tired? It is also a good idea to identify, in relation to your academic performance, which subjects are easier for you and which require a special effort. When prioritizing activities and allocating time for them, you will need to take this information into account. Some of the questions that can guide reflection are, what activities do you have the most talent or skills for, that cost you less work, and that you enjoy doing? Which ones are easier for you and harder for you? What do you have to do to accomplish the tasks that are most difficult for you? Does it often happen to you that you have to do them at the last minute? How do you feel when you work best under pressure or when you have all the time? What do you do to meet the deadlines that teachers ask of you? Career mentoring. What are some common obstacles to good government management? Why is time management important? Fortunately or unfortunately, you cannot opt out of time management. Living in a social world also means having some responsibilities. Without fulfilling them, you cannot survive. You have to work to earn money. You need money to eat. If you don't eat, you will starve. If you isolate yourself completely, your mental health will suffer. You must have some source of entertainment to keep your mind fresh. This is why time management is important. You have to learn to deal with the restriction of your hours for your own good. Without time management, you will only become stressed. You will have to sacrifice a meaningful life, resulting in everything going downhill, mentally, emotionally, and physically. So you are the one who needs to manage your time like a pro. Time management techniques. No matter how elaborate your to-do list is or how minimal your time is, if you follow the right techniques, there will always be enough space to accomplish your tasks in a day. Never do this. First, Review your to-do list for the day and prioritize. That way, even if you run out of time at the end of the day, you won't miss anything super important. The best way to use this technique is to learn how to prioritize, especially when everything seems equally important and you don't have hours to think about the list. Schedule blocks. What better way to manage your time than to create a schedule? And not just any schedule, but a schedule of blocks. So what you need to do is divide your time into blocks of hours or minutes, whichever you prefer. Then assign a task to each block. The main goal is to do fewer tasks per day, but finish them within the allotted time. This is a method of keeping your brain focused. If you do a little bit of everything every day, your brain will be all over the place. Therefore, the block scheduling technique recommends continuing with one thing, finishing it, and then moving on to the next thing. Stay focused. Truth be told, if you can stay focused, you'll be able to finish any task faster. An important part of time management is using every second productively. You can do better if your mind is focused on the task at hand and free from distractions. There are little things you can incorporate into your routine to improve your focus, such as choosing a structured environment to work in. Overcome procrastination. Having 10 hours to do 10 things may seem impossible, but the truth is that you can easily do all the necessary tasks within this time frame if you stop wasting time. Believe it or not, procrastination is the biggest enemy of time management. You probably already knew that, but what you may not know is how to overcome this bad habit. Well, you'll have to start by identifying when you are procrastinating. You can follow the guides available online to stop procrastinating and improve your productivity. However, one thing you need to keep in mind is that it takes a conscious effort to eradicate procrastination from your routine. You will have to figure out when you are doing it and then stop putting off important things. Learn to say no. Just because you're learning to handle more in less time doesn't mean you should overwork yourself. Again, prioritize what you've been assigned. If something is outside your job description, isn't your passion, or isn't manageable for you, just say no. It may seem rude, and you may feel a pang of guilt, but you should always learn to say no politely to address both of these issues without causing additional stress. Use the Pomodoro method. The Pomodoro method is a technique for working in short bursts. Basically, you set a timer for 25 minutes and focus on the task at hand without distractions. After you finish a Pomodoro or a 25-minute break, you take a break of no more than 5 minutes. The 5-minute break is enough to recharge your productivity, but not enough to break your work rhythm. You give your mind the satisfaction of taking a break without letting your brain lose its focus. Additionally, after 4 Pomodoros, you can enjoy a longer break of 15 to 30 minutes. You can enjoy some activity, eat a snack, or just relax. This is a great way to keep yourself from getting bored with tasks you've been working on for a long time. By setting a timer, you are giving your brain a direction. Your mind knows that it has to focus on one thing for a certain amount of time. You can also view the 5-minute break as a treat for your mind. Therefore, it increases your overall focus and productivity. Helpful tools and resources to master time management. Sometimes just knowing is not enough. Constant reminders, a budget here and there, and a support system are all necessary to keep you on track. This is where time management tools come to the rescue. Your brain may agree with everything you've read so far, but it takes constant repetition to imprint it on your mind and turn it into a habit. That's why time management guides and books are such lifesavers. Each one has a different approach and suits different people's reading and learning styles. Choose what you like the most and take advantage of expert advice. Now, even when your mind has all the knowledge, you still may not be able to manage time well enough. That's why you need the help of apps. Some apps serve as accountability, while others keep your to-do list organized to avoid the stress.